Nihan, I would like to welcome each of you to 2021 summer session of the Principles of Nutrition. My name is Dr. Roman Pawlak, and I will be your instructor for this course. You should see my face in the lower right corner of the screen. I also included a larger picture on this slide, just so you can see what your instructor looks like. And I also have here my name. Roman is my first name, Pawlak is my last name, and I have a PhD in nutrition, and I'm also a registered dietitian nutritionist. A registered dietitian nutritionist is a credential that is issued by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics of the United States. I have been teaching nutrition for about 20 years, and this is the second time that I will be teaching this particular course for this university. So welcome one more time. In this video, I will briefly tell you about how you can contact me and how we will be interacting, as well as a little bit about the course itself, course requirements, how you will be earning your grades, and things of that nature, okay? Once you watch this video, you should review the syllabus, or perhaps it might be a good idea to review the syllabus even prior to watching the rest of the video. The syllabus is available for you on Moodle, and so you are welcome to upload or download it rather and review. And if you have any questions after you reviewed the syllabus and watch this video, you are more than welcome to contact me or my teaching assistant or assistants with any questions you might have, just so you are clear in terms of what you are required to do, the deadlines that you are required to meet, and things of that nature, okay? Speaking of contacting me, on this slide, again, you see my name, my credentials. We are in the summer 2021 semester. And here you have my email, Pawlakr, which is the last name, my last name, as well as the first letter of my first name, at ecu.edu. I don't know where you live. I know that some of you live in North America, whether Canada or the United States. Others may live in China. So we may be on a different time zone, okay? And so you might be writing me an email, or I might be replying to your email while I am asleep or while you are asleep, you see? And therefore, sometimes I will reply to your emails right away. It just depends on when I receive your emails. Other times you may have to wait a few hours. I will do my best to never reply or never to keep you longer than 24 hours with replying to your inquiries, all right? In addition to that, I am planning to be holding live meetings, and this will be done via Zoom. I'm going to send you links to these meetings a little bit later on, and I will set these meetings in such a time that it will be convenient for you and for me, regardless of where you might be living, okay? Again, a link with information about these meetings will be sent to you via an email later on. Since I mentioned an email, please always read my emails, okay? Since I might be informing you in my emails about perhaps changes or just other important issues that you need to be aware of, okay? Before I go into the course itself, I would like to just briefly tell you why it is important to study nutrition. As you can see on this slide, I included data regarding the leading causes of mortality in the United States. You may not be familiar with the word mortality. Mortality means death. Okay, so the most frequent causes of death in the United States. And those that I underlined are diet related. Okay, now I'm not saying here that diet/nutrition is or are the only factors here, but diet and nutrition are the leading factors that impact the development and dying of heart disease, many cancers, and the other conditions that are underlined in here. This is the data for the United States. On this slide, I have the leading causes of mortality in China. And if you compare the two, they are somewhat similar. Notice that we have stroke here, we have ischemic heart disease, which is a form of heart disease. We have also cancer listed, we have Alzheimer's disease. Almost regardless where you go in the world, whether you go to what we call the developed country or underdeveloped country or developing country, the leading causes of death are lifestyle related, and lifestyle include diet, what we eat, and nutrition, the nutrients that we ingest. And so I believe that studying about nutrition is not only important so you can get a credit and an A, right, and add this to your certificate or resume, but also in terms of how this information may impact your personal lives. Again, here, those underlying causes of death in China are related to diet and nutrition. With that introduction, let's turn into the course itself. This is a course description. I'm not going to read this. I have taken this from the syllabus, okay? This course is an elementary course, meaning I am going to teach you about some basic or elementary principles of nutrition. And again, how these principles may be important in different stages of the life cycle, such as, for example, during pregnancy, or when you are dealing with elderly individuals or infants, or other life stages. We will be learning a little bit about nutrients, a little bit about digestion of foods, metabolism, and assimilation of nutrients, and also a little bit about human anatomy and physiology, okay? Mainly, we will be focusing on basic information about nutrition, nutrients, and also disease prevention, okay? Textbook. You will not have to be purchasing any textbook. I have written a textbook for you, and I am making it available to you free of charge. Okay, the textbook is uploaded on Moodle, and you will need to download it, and you will need to read the textbook and then take quizzes based on the reading of the textbook. The textbook has more than 170 pages, and the entire textbook, which I refer to as a course pack. Notice you will have the opportunity to read a course pack, okay? Course pack, textbook, pretty much the same terms. The whole textbook or course pack is divided into 18 chapters, and you will have 18 quizzes, one quiz based on one chapter of the course pack or textbook. I will show you the deadlines for taking these quizzes in just a few minutes. Grading. You will be graded in percentages. Okay? The lowest percentage you can earn from a given quiz, exam, or an assignment will be 0. The highest would be 100. Okay? And so over the course of the semester, as you are taking quizzes, exams, and submit an assignment, you will be graded in terms of percentages. And at the end of the semester, I'm going to convert the cumulative grade percentage based on all the quizzes, all the exams, and an assignment into a letter grade, okay? You are welcome to pause the recording and read how letter A or B or C and so on translates in terms of the description or definition, what it means. I'm not going to go into that in this recording. The course is divided into 5 different weeks, okay? What you see on this slide are just examples of the different topics that I will be discussing in the different lectures. You will be exposed to 60 different lectures, approximately 15 minutes each. In the syllabus, I included all the different topics here. I just selected samples, okay? And at the end of each week, with the exception of week 4, you will have an exam. As you can see here, exam 1 is worth 5% of the final grade. And exam 1 will be based on everything that you have learned from my lectures, as well as the course pack reading up to that point, okay? You have here selected topics for week 2. At the end of that week, we will have exam 2, worth 10% of the final grade. Now, one thing I want to mention to you right now is that in all my classes that I teach, all exams are comprehensive exams. Comprehensive exams means that you will be tested not only on the information that we studied since the previous exam, but all the information from the beginning of the semester, okay? So on exam 2, most of the questions will be based on what you learned during that particular week, week 2. But there will be some questions based on the information you have learned in week 1, both from my lectures as well as the course pack reading. You have here selected topics for week 3, and again, at the end of week 3, you will have an exam worth 15% of the final grade. This is yet another cumulative exam. We will not have an exam at the end of week 4. In week 5, we have very few topics to discuss, and so instead of having yet another exam in the end of week 4, we will have the final exam once you finish watching all the lectures and finish reading all the chapters in the textbook, okay? This exam is worth 20% of the final grade, and it is yet another comprehensive exam. On this slide, you can see the deadlines for the 18 quizzes. Notice that the 18 quizzes are worth 35% of the final grade. Quiz 1, based on chapter 1, is worth 1%. All the other quizzes from quiz 2 until quiz 18 are worth 2% of the final grade. Please record these deadlines in your calendars. Notice that the first quizzes have the same deadline, and then the next 4 quizzes have the same deadline. But this will change beginning with quiz 9. You will have pretty much different deadlines for all the remaining quizzes. And so please make sure that you will not miss the quiz. Now, these quizzes, not all of these quizzes will be available to you in the same time, okay? And so as we go along with the semester, you will not have access to some quizzes that you should have taken in the past, but you will have access to new quizzes that will populate on Moodle, okay? In the syllabus, you have more details in terms of when quizzes become available and when is the deadline to submit them, okay? You will have one assignment called Diet Analysis Healthy Eating Index. It's worth 15% of the final grade. This assignment is based on My Plate dietary recommendations. If you are not familiar with My Plate dietary recommendations, you will be studying about My Plate dietary recommendations in this course. And so perhaps you may want to wait until we discuss this particular concept and then review the guidelines for this particular assignment, which I have in a separate document on Moodle. Okay? If you have any questions as you consider working on this particular assignment, you are welcome to contact myself or my teaching assistant. Basically, you will be asked to record everything you eat and drink, okay? And you will compare what you eat with My Plate dietary recommendations or guidelines, okay? For example, how many servings of fruits do you eat on a given day? How many servings of vegetables? Do you eat whole grains? Now, again, if you are not familiar with what whole grains are, we will be discussing this in this course, okay? And so again, you have separate guidelines on Moodle. Review those guidelines. And if you have any questions, contact us. Some of you might be taking a 1 semester hour diet therapy for healthcare course. If you do, and this is applicable only to those of you who are taking this course, if you don't take it, just disregard this information, okay? But those of you who are registered for this one additional 1 hour semester credit will have an additional assignment called 1 credits assignment. You can see here the due date for this, June 1, and the nature of the assignment will be to write a paper on a specific topic. And again, there will be a separate guidelines in a separate document with more information on this particular issue, okay? As I already mentioned, if you have any questions after watching this video and after reading the assignment, you are welcome to contact me. Welcome, one more time. I look forward to working with you this semester.